Hi, and welcome to Variation 9. Variation 9 combines whole bows with small bows in the middle of the bow, lifting the bow and landing at the frog for the down bow. The important thing is to do the small movements, that would be the 16th note after the dotted 8th note as well as the following 8th note before lifting the bow, only using your hand and fingers. So basically you start at the tip, travel towards the middle, and then you only use your hand and fingers for the next two notes. Lift, land. I'll show you again. Only use hand. So the first thing you can do as a preparatory exercise is practice just these small movements in the middle of the bow, using just the fingers and the hand. That's a combination of hand and finger movement. If you only use your hand, you would be going basically like this. That would be this. If you only use your fingers, you use the finger action. That would be this. And then you combine these two movements. Practice that until you feel comfortable with that, and then you can integrate it into whole bows. So you go travel to the middle, then you use small bows only using hand and fingers. Keep going. Travel towards the middle. When you feel comfortable with that, you can integrate the lifting of the bow. Again, do lots of small bows in the middle to practice them. It's a good thing to make sure you have that hand and finger movement well under control, because you need that for the precision of the small notes. And you can't do that using your whole arm because they are too fast to move that much mass. When you practice this variation, the first thing you should do is be quite clear about how you divide up the bow. Basically what you do in the parts which you play with the whole bow is, for the dotted 8th note, you travel to the middle. In the middle, you use very little bow for the 16th note and the following 8th note, using only your hand and fingers. Lift, land at the frog. Travel to the middle, very little bow, only hand and fingers. Lift, land. That has to be quite clear so that you know exactly where you play what note. Now, a good exercise for practicing this variation is to do not one but 3 16th notes. The point of that is that you get completely used to this hand and finger movement and can practice it to be very, very precise. So that would be this. To using your arm for the big movements and only hand and fingers for the small movements. Now, in the part where the 16th note and following 8th note are on 2 strings, you need to use your hand 3-dimensionally. That would be this part, for example. Now bring your hand up for the F on the D string and back down again for the D on the A string. I'll show you again. Once you can do the movement, it's really easy, a lot easier than if you would try to use your whole arm. Now the last part of the variation is piano, and you're supposed to do it in the upper half. Now I would suggest to cheat a small bit by landing just below the middle, because it gives you more control to stop your bow from bouncing. Otherwise the rest is exactly the same, you just use less bow. So when you do it in piano, the last time the theme comes, start at the tip, go until you're just above the middle, same thing, 16th, 3rd following 8th note with only hand and fingers, lift and land just below the middle. A small trick to stop your bow from bouncing when you land is to tilt the stick towards the fingerboard. So you go lift, tilt the stick towards the fingerboard, and then you can land without bouncing. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this variation. I enjoyed it, it's a nice one, and see you next time.